disciples of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj are all God brothers, and although there are some differences of opinion, and although we are not acting conjointly, every one of us is spreading this Krishna consciousness movement according to his own capacity and producing many disciples to spread it all over the world. As far as we are concerned, we have already started the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and many thousands of Europeans and Americans have joined this movement. Indeed, it is spreading like wildfire. The cult of Krishna consciousness, based on the 9 principles of devotional service, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Asanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma, Vivedanam, Srimad Bhagavatam 7.5.23, will never be stopped. It will go on without distinctions of caste, creed, color, or country. No one can check it. The word mokshate is very important in this verse. Just as a king gives protection to his citizens, these devotees, following the principles of devotional service, will give protection to all the people of the world. People of the world are very much harassed by so-called religious principled swamis, yogis, kamis, and jnanis, but none of these can show the right way to become elevated to the spiritual platform. There are primarily 4 parties spreading devotional service all over the universe. These are the Ramanuja Sampradaya, the Madhva Sampradaya, the Vishnu Swami Sampradaya, and the Nimbarka Sampradaya. Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya in particular comes from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All these devotees are spreading this Krishna consciousness movement very widely, giving protection to innocent people and being so much embarrassed by pseudo avatar swamis, yogis, and others.
Thank you very much. So it's appearing again and again. No? There is a lot of things to be done. Whatever lack of cooperation we have had in the past, it's simply an impetus to increase it in the future. There's no need to lament anything, because time, place, and circumstance oblige us often to focus on our own most urgent needs. As I was traveling around the Gaudiyas over the last 15 years, visiting their temples, I could see many times they had the full appreciation of it, but they didn't have much time or much technical know-how to contribute. And as I told you, in our Gaudiya tradition, it is totally new that now sannyasis like Bhakti Sarvasya Govinda Maharaj sitting in Radhakunda in front of a computer and sending his messages to the world. But it's real. There's nowadays in our Gaudiya many young scholarly sannyasis on the internet, publishers, writers, philosophers, thinkers, and travelers as well. So, and it is increasing more and more day by day, because as one person sees another is doing, they think, wow, I never thought about that. Because previously they only saw a Western devotee with a camera and with a computer, and they thought, oh, these are these weird Westerners with all their gadgets. But now they go into the Indian temples and they see they're making a newspaper, they make a publication like Gopinath Gaudiya Math and Shri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math in Mayapur. They both have computerized publishing offices right there in their mat, and they have specialists who type in Hindi and Bengali fonts, because hardly anybody knows how to type these Indian fonts. They're so complicated for typing. So, so it is changing, and it's changing rapidly. And still the usage of the internet, we have already an office, the WVA maintains an office in Vrindavan and in Mayapur where sannyasis have free access to internet. So this is also a service in this regard, to try to move a little bit ahead, to give some more information to the devotees, to know what is going on. Last but not least, Those great pioneers like Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and other of his godbrothers who went to the West, they're showing to us the urgent need of the planet becoming more Krishna conscious. You see, this is really the issue. We are pressed to help the world to understand the gifts of our acharyas. This is like our sacred duty. We cannot just sit somewhere and chant Hare Krishna and say, no, we are happy and saved. No, we do have a duty, and that duty was pressed upon by my Guru Deva when he always told us, double it. That was our standard mantra when Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada was on the planet. Now, after he left, you may not have heard that so often, but this was his paraphrase of pushing us towards higher performances. With the sweet smile on his face, he would say, double it. You opened the temple, open 2 more. You published a book, publish 2 more. He came to Los Angeles, and his translation had been so far ahead of the production of literature that Prabhupada was very upset. That marathon, most of you, because so long ago, may not even know about it. He sat down and he said, now we have to publish all the books left behind in 2 months. And you talk about 17 hardbound books. Graphic, design, typing, composing, and. There was no computers in that day. They had the most rudimentary typewriter type. There was like the IBM ball machine, or maybe they had one of the first photo composers there, I don't know. So, you see, and the devotees of the BBT told Prabhupada it's impossible. This is not possible. And then he said, impossible is a quotation from the Fool's Dictionary. Don't give me that nonsense. And Prabhupada personally directed a marathon where people would sleep in their offices, get the prasadam brought into their office. You know, they were working, somebody brought the samosa, and they kept going. Prabhupada pushed us, and he didn't publish 17 books. He published, I think, 21 or 23 books in those 2 months. And he had the painters working, practically the ones good with faces would do all the faces, the one with landscape would do all the landscape. He blew away their artistic ego. He said, we don't care, you just put it. And all the Chaitanya Charitamrita was published. Previous to that, him going to LA, there was only one Adi Leela 2. Previously published. That was a BBT had done on their own. But then Prabhupada said, no, the whole thing redone. 17 volumes. He even had the Carmi printers working shifts day and night. he ignited. Prabhupada showed to us that double it means it, what he says. Now, double it, triple it, quadruple it, whatever you can, but do something. And don't think this is exaggerated, because it's all what compassion does. Whenever a mother wants to save her child, she'll double it, triple it, quadruple it. She does anything she can within her physical ability to save her child. So in a way, the Vaishnavas are very compassionate, and they really want to do good to the world, and therefore they are doing whatever they can, and they what can I say? Don't think there's a great danger of doing too much. Sometimes we say, oh wait a second, this is not too much pressure applied to oneself. Are we not becoming traumatized? Well, I was in the Double It program. These fellows were in the Double It program, and they don't seem to be too traumatized. I think we report from those days that was nectar. And when Prabhupada used to say, I'll go to the temple where most books are distributed, that was like, now we really got to cook it up here, you know. We're really going to show Prabhupada wanted that. Prabhupada wanted that. And if I say Prabhupada wanted that, I will tell you, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur